everybody, it's Deborah from PeopleLovingAnimals.com. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching my video today. Today's video is called Crate Training Puppies. If you have not been here before, my name is Deborah. I own a website called PeopleLovingAnimals.com, and several times a month I do videos all about the health and care and training of dogs and cats. So if you have a pet that you would like to have continued help with, please go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. Please go ahead and give the video a like if it is helpful, and please go ahead and share this channel with your friends and family who have a dog or a cat. Again, thanks so much for watching. Let's go ahead and get into the video. We are on my website, PeopleLovingAnimals.com, and we're going to use this article called Crate Training Puppies kind of as our guide for today's video. I'm going to give you a link to this article in the description box, and anything that you see in the article that you might want to click on and find out more about, I'll give you the links to everything in the description box of the video. So go ahead and relax, and let's go ahead and get started. So you're interested in learning about crate training puppies. In this article, in this video, we are going to discuss the benefits of puppy training, the reasons why you would want to do puppy training. We're going to go over step-by-step instructions on how to properly crate train your puppy. We're also going to talk about some of the dangers and precautions. I'm sorry, my cat is distracting me. He's scratching my furniture. Stop that, honey. You need to refer to our cat scratching furniture video. He's a new kitten, and I'm in the middle of training, but fortunately he loves his scratching pose, so far so good. I'm sorry for the interruption. So we're going to talk about the benefits of crate training. We're going to talk about some dangers and precautions about crate training, and we're going to go over step by step how to do crate training. But I am going to suggest to you to go ahead and click into the link I'm giving you in the description box for a free tutorial from professional dog trainer Doggy Dan. If you've been here before, you've heard me talk about Doggy Dan. He's the owner of the dog training website, The Online Dog Trainer, and he has a full tutorial about crate training a new puppy, and it is free. So I'm going to give you the link to that, okay? So after you're done watching today's video, I strongly suggest go ahead and click into Doggy Dan's training, and you're going to get even more help than what you're receiving in today's video. Between the two, you're going to be an expert at crate training puppies. First, what are the benefits of crate training puppies? It's very effective and used most commonly for potty training, and the reason is because dogs generally don't like to poop or pee where they sleep. So if they have a crate, they don't want to poop or pee in it, so it helps a lot to get the puppy to wait until you're putting him outside for him to go to the bathroom. That's what most people decide to do crate training with a puppy for, is for house training. But it also does help to keep your puppy safe from anything that could harm him. If he's too young to be unsupervised in your house, it also protects your house, your things, your stuff, your furniture from the puppy chewing on or destroying anything of yours while the puppy is unsupervised. And teaching your puppy to sleep in a crate is also a very useful way to get a good night's sleep, both for you and your puppy. So let's go ahead and talk about how to get a couple of things to get started, and then we're going to get into the step-by-step training, and then we're going to talk about some precautions about crate training. So stick with me. I'll try not to talk too fast, but I'll also try not to drag this out because I think we're in for a long video, and I'll try not to make it any longer. Before you get started, make sure that you select the right size crate. Crates come in different styles, different sizes. Your crate should be just big enough for your puppy to stand up in and turn around. Okay, that's how you judge it. Now, as your puppy gets older, you may need a larger crate. One of the things, first of all, I'm going to give you a link to Amazon for a whole selection of all different kinds of crates. And I'm also going to give you a link to specifically crates that have a divider panel. You're going to find them on Amazon, because what you might want to do, if you have a fairly large breed dog, if it's a puppy but you know it's going to be big and you know that you want that dog to always have his crate to sleep in or travel in or whatever, you might want to go ahead and get a larger crate, but they make divider panels to put in the crate to make it smaller to fit the puppy now. And then as the puppy gets bigger, you move the divider panel until the dog is full grown and has the full use of the crate. But a word of caution here, if you decide to get a bigger crate because your puppy's going to end up being a big dog, make sure that it has a divider panel, because you don't want it to be this huge crate, because that ruins the whole concept of him not wanting to pee or poop in his crate. If the crate is huge, he'll go pee in the corner of it and go sleep in the opposite corner. Do you see what I mean? So again, if you're just getting a crate for your puppy, get it big enough so he can walk around in it, so he can stand up in it. But if it's going to be a big dog, you may consider getting a large crate with a divider panel that can kind of grow with your dog. Okay. Also, make the crate pleasant for your puppy. It should contain a nice cushion or a puppy bed inside the crate. I'm going to give you a link to a nice selection of puppy beds. And you can also have a toy inside the crate, but make sure that it's a puppy safe toy. And I'm going to give you a link to some puppy safe toys. Specifically, you want to look for like chew toys that are specifically made for puppies, because he'll be safe in his crate with it, and it'll help keep him busy while he's in the crate. Most important thing about crate training is to be patient. Depending on your puppy's age, crate training can take days or weeks. Two important things to remember when it comes to crate training puppies is to always associate the crate with something pleasant, and always do crate training in small steps. Slower is better, because if you rush it, you're going to set yourself back. Okay? Now, let's get into the actual steps of how to crate train a puppy. Step one is to introduce your puppy to the crate. Put the crate in a part of the home where the family spends time. It's very important to remember that dogs are pack animals. They don't like to be isolated. Okay, so if you set your puppy's crate way off in a corner where he's all alone, especially at night, the puppy's not going to be happy. He's going to feel anxious. He's going to feel afraid. He's going to feel lonely. Dogs are pack animals. They want to be around their pack, which is your family. Okay, so put the crate in a place where he can get sleep in the crate, but you know, where he's not isolated from everybody. Just put the crate out where everybody is, open up the crate door, and just let him explore. Okay, just open the door of the crate and just let him explore. Then in a cheerful tone of voice, invite your puppy over to the crate. Make sure the door's wide open, and make sure that nothing is going to bump the door if he goes in it that's going to, slam the door on him and startle him. You might put some small treats in just inside the crate, let him go in, and then if he goes for those, put the treats in a little bit farther, and just let him calmly walk around the crate. Let him walk in, let him walk out. Don't rush him. Some dogs will do this very quickly. Some dogs, it takes a long time. Okay, so it's crucial for you to be patient and not force it. Step number 2 is giving your puppy meals in his crate. Now, I recently did this for my kitten who rudely interrupted us earlier. I have a new kitten, and I had to take him to the vet for the first time to be neutered, and so I got his cat carrier. He was actually trained in a crate because he was a feral cat, but when I had to take him to the vet, obviously I have to get him in a carrier to take him to the vet. So what I did was, about a week ahead of time, I started with exactly what we're talking about here. I started throwing some treats in the crate, threw one of his toys in not in the crate, in the carrier rather. I'm talking about getting the cat in the carrier. And then I started feeding his meals in the carrier. And I started by putting his little dish of cat food just outside the carrier. And then next day I put it just inside the carrier. The next day I put it in a little deeper. Before I know it, he's walking straight into the carrier to eat his food. He's totally relaxed. And then the night before I took him to the vet, he was laying in the carrier. He was just hanging out in it. So this sort of thing does actually work. Start giving your puppy all of his meals in the crate. And again, start right near the crate. Put the bowl in a little further until your puppy is comfortably eating his meals in the crate. Now, once your puppy is comfortably eating his meals in the crate, then you can close the door while he's in there. Okay, the first time you do this, open the door as soon as he's done eating. He's in there, he's eating, gently close the door. If he panics, leave the door open and wait another day or two. He will eventually get comfortable enough for you to close the door. And then as soon as he's done eating, open the door. And then what you do is each day or each meal that he's eating in the crate, you close that door and then leave it open just a little longer after he's finished eating. See, a little longer today, leave it in a little longer the next day, a little longer the next day. Do you see? If he starts crying, then you're moving too quickly. Just take it back a notch. But again, this can be a very simple thing, a very easy thing for some puppies. Some puppies, it takes a long time to get them through this process where they're comfortable eating in that crate, they're comfortable standing in there with the door closed, and they're comfortable being in there with the door closed for any length of time. So the best thing to do is just step by step, meal by meal, treat by treat, day by day. You're pushing it a little further each day. You see, but always make sure you're keeping a slow pace and that you're making it comfortable for your puppy, because all it takes is one time for him to get freaked out in there, and it's going to set you all the way back to the beginning. Okay? I do have a video called How to Stop a Puppy from Crying in the Crate, and I'm also going to show you some a video from Doggy Dan teaching his beagle puppy about crying in the crate. Okay, but I do have a video. I'll give you the link to it. Step 3 is start leaving him in the crate for short periods of time. Okay, so now he's eating in the crate. He's okay with you closing the door in the crate. So just start leaving him in the crate for 5-10 minutes at a time. Then leave him in the crate and go in the other room for 5 or 10 minutes. You know, and then the next day you leave him in the crate maybe while you walk out to the mailbox and back, and then when he's comfortable with that, you know, repeat this process, you know, several times through several days, just leaving him in his crate for a little bit longer, and now you're doing it with you not in sight for longer periods of time. Step 4 is to start crate training your puppy when you leave the house. Once your puppy is comfortable being in the crate for 30 minutes by himself, okay, maybe you put him in the crate, you go take a shower, you get dressed, and the puppy's okay with being alone in the living room in his crate for that period of time, say for example. Then it's okay to go ahead and start leaving the house with him in the crate. But again, start out with short periods of time. You can also start putting him in his crate at night, and you know, see how he does with that. But again, do it for short periods of time. Once you start leaving your puppy in the crate when you're leaving, you might leave him in the crate and, you, like I say, go out to the mailbox and back. And then you leave him in the crate, you go down to the grocery store and back. And then you leave him in the crate, you know. So just take it very slowly. And like I say, it may take several days, it may take several weeks before your puppy is completely comfortable. Also make sure that you realize that puppies cannot hold their bladder very long. They literally can't hold their bladder or their bowels very long. So if you have a puppy and you need to go to work, you know, you cannot just take a brand new puppy, put him in the crate, and come back 8 or 10 hours later. Number one, they cannot hold their bladder that long. Number two, they're going to get anxious and upset to the point of danger. Okay, they're going to harm themselves trying to get out of the crate. They're going to have a health issue with, you know, that level of stress and anxiety. It is not okay to just put a puppy in a crate, go to work, come home, unless you have done this step-by-step puppy training to crate training to make your puppy comfortable in the crate. And what you might need to do is you might need to have a neighbor or a trusted friend or family member come over, maybe after, you know, a couple of hours, make sure the puppy is okay, take them out to go potty, because even if the puppy is fine with being in his crate when they're young, they just can't hold their bladder that long. Okay, now the other thing you might want to do, whenever you're leaving the house, whether your puppy's in a crate or not, don't make your leaving a big emotional thing. Don't say goodbye, baby, mommy's gonna see you later. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of tempting, but don't do that. Just act casual. Just act like business as usual. Give him a little praise. Give him a treat for getting in his crate. Leave him a puppy safe toy in his crate, and then leave. Don't make a big deal out of it, because if you're not making a big deal out of it, he's not going to make a big deal about it. Then when you get home, don't act excited and don't reward his excited behavior. Don't say, oh, mommy missed you, and you're just revving up this excitement. I mean, I know it's a wonderful feeling when you come home and your dog is glad to see you, like it's such a wonderful thing. And when they get older and when they're an adult dog, you can do the big celebration. But when you're puppy training them, when you're crate training them, you have to calm that down. So again, you get home, there's the puppy in the crate, he's excited to see you, take a minute, put your purse down, take your coat off, you know, casually go over to the crate, open up the crate, pet him, do this all very calmly. Just again, very casual, business as usual. Don't make a big emotional deal out of your comings and goings, okay? And also, remember to put your puppy in the crate at other times, not just when you're leaving, because you want the puppy to consider his crate like his bedroom, his bed, his place, all the time. Not just when you're leaving. I don't mean that the puppy should be in the crate all the time. What I mean is that it's you don't want the puppy to associate the crate with your leaving. Oh, anytime I walk into that crate, mommy leaves. You see, they will put two and two together. You don't want to make that association. So maybe your puppy sleeps in the crate. Maybe your puppy goes in the crate for a few minutes while you make dinner. Maybe the puppy goes in the crate while you take a shower. Just to kind of get him used to the crate is part of his little puppy life. And again, if you're giving him a treat when he goes into the crate, and when you're giving him a toy when he gets into the crate becomes a positive place, and it becomes a safe place, and it becomes a happy place for him, which makes it that much better for him when he's in the crate when you have to leave, because he's comfortable in his crate. And again, let's talk about it at night. When you're crate training your puppy at night, use the same procedures that you that you do before you leave. Get the puppy to go inside, give him a treat when he gets inside the crate, give him praise. You want to make sure that you have your puppy's crate either in your room or near somebody's room, because again, just keep in mind that dogs don't like to be isolated. They like to sleep with the family. So even if they can hear you just outside your bedroom door, like for example, my little cat, I did crate training with him when he was new because he was feral, and so he was literally in the crate for 2 weeks. When you have a feral cat, you have to go to extremes. So what I did was I had the crate in a hallway between my living room and my bedroom, and so at night when I would go to bed, I would talk to him while I was walking down the hall to go into my bedroom, so he could hear my voice and he could hear where I was going. And then when I got to my bedroom, I would speak to him a few sentences so that before the lights go out and he no longer sees me, he can establish where I am. Number one, he can establish that I'm still there, that he hasn't been left alone, and he can hear that I'm just a few feet away. Do you see what I mean? So I would suggest doing that with your puppy. If you're not going to have them in the crate right in the room with you, then at least do that voice thing so that they know where you are, so that they know they're not alone in the house, okay? And again, that's just part of the training to get them comfortable in their crate. There's an interruption here in the article, so I'll use it to interrupt my video quickly to invite you to go ahead and subscribe for my Dog Lovers email list. If you subscribe, about every week or so, you will get an email from peoplelovinganimals.com, and it will be all about the care and health and training of dogs and puppies. If you find that you're going to find that to be interesting and valuable. Hopefully, if for any reason you don't, you can unsubscribe at any time. And as a free gift for subscribing, I will give you a free pet training manual from professional dog trainer Doggy Dan. It's a little ebook, and it's kind of like Dog Training 101. It's like basics. It's very helpful. So I'll give that to you as a free gift for subscribing to the Dog Lovers email list. Speaking of Doggy Dan, here's little Moses. I love Moses so much. If you've seen any of my dog training videos, you know that I always refer people to Doggy Dan's Perfect Puppy Training Program, because in it he has a series called Project Moses. And what Doggy Dan did was he adopted this little beagle puppy Moses from a shelter when Moses was 8 weeks old, and then he filmed himself training Moses every week all the way until Moses was a year old. So you get to actually see Doggy Dan training his beagle puppy every step of the way, right up until the dog was a year old. And here he is in his crate, and this is a video by Doggy Dan talking about how to keep how to crate train, how he's dealing with Moses pitching a fit in his crate. It's a very cute video. I'll give you the link to it. Go ahead and check that out. It's fantastic. And again, go ahead and use the link I'm giving you for Doggy Dan's free tutorial about crate training a puppy. And if you want more of that, I'll give you the information at the end. You go ahead and click in the link I give you for Doggy Dan's Perfect Puppy Program, and you're going to see Project Moses in there, and you'll be able to go in and get that puppy training. It's fantastic. I'll give you the prices at the end, but it is not expensive. But this tutorial on crate training by Doggy Dan, that is free. Okay? Now, let's talk about the don'ts, okay? Don't leave the puppy in the crate for too long. Crating your puppy all day and night is just cruel. Puppies need as much human interaction and exercise as humans do, and just like humans, they will become depressed and anxious if they are locked up in a cage all day. If you're going to be gone from the house for long periods of time, you need to make arrangements for someone to come and let your puppy out of his crate, let him outside, give him some attention. You have to be reasonable with the amount of time you expect your puppy to stay in the crate. Do not see the crate as a babysitter. If you're not using the crate correctly, your puppy can feel trapped, upset, frustrated, and even panic to a dangerous level. Okay, they can hurt themselves trying to get out of that crate. All right, and plus, you do not want your animal to be in that state of upset even for a few minutes, let alone for several hours. Do you see what I mean? It's very serious. All right, do not use the crate as punishment. If you do, your puppy will begin to fear the crate and refuse to enter it. The crate is supposed to be his safe place, not a place for punishment. Okay? Puppies cannot hold their bladders very long. Like I said, now puppies under 6 months of age should not stay in the crate for more than 3 or 4 hours at a time. I think that's a little too long. It depends on the age of the puppy, but just use your judgment there. If you have a very small puppy, the younger they are, the less time they can hold their bladder. And then as they get older, they can hold their bladder longer. But don't just say to yourself, oh, my dog is in the crate for 12 hours and doesn't pee. So what? Just because he was still alive in the crate when you got home and didn't pee in it after 12 hours doesn't mean it was okay to leave this dog in a crate for 12 hours. Do you see what I mean? So just please be reasonable. Don't overuse the crate. Don't use it as a babysitter. And don't be cruel, all right, about leaving your dog in the crate that long. Which leads me to the next point. Well, first of all, never leave a puppy locked up and left alone if it's his first time in the crate. We've already talked about this. Can be extremely traumatic for your puppy, and it will make it difficult, if not impossible, to get him to go inside the crate from then on. So like I say, you can't just get a new puppy, buy a crate, put him in, go to work the next day for 8 hours. You can't do it. Puppy training has to be done slowly, okay? Puppy crate training, rather. Don't crate train your puppy if it's not necessary. In other words, once you're... I'm sorry, I'm misspeaking. Don't crate your puppy if it is not necessary. In other words, once your puppy is house trained, if he's not destroying the house when you're gone, he doesn't necessarily have to be locked in the crate when you're gone. Keep the crate for his use and his comfort and for his safety if you needed it for some reason. And also, it's now his bed. It's his little room. But he doesn't have to be locked in it. You can have the crate there. He sleeps in it. He eats in it. Leaves the door open when you go to work. You only have to lock him in the crate during the training process, right? But once he's housebroken, and if he's not destroying your stuff, he doesn't have to be locked in the crate all day while you're at work, okay? Don't try using the crate to deal with separation anxiety. This will not solve the problem. It may prevent your puppy from being destructive, but he could injure himself trying to escape from the crate or panic to a dangerous extent. If your puppy is suffering from separation anxiety, I suggest discussing this with your vet, and you can also read my article, Treating Dog Separation Anxiety. I'll give the link for it in the description box about how to actually deal with that, okay? When it comes to crate training puppies, consistency and patience is key. The more patient and consistent you are with lots of practice, your puppy will learn that his crate is safe and enjoyable and that it is not a prison. If you crate train correctly, your puppy's crate will become his favorite place to relax. And then it can be very useful to you to have your puppy crated. If you had to go on a trip and you were taking the dog can travel in the car in his crate. Also, if you're having people babysit your puppy, if he's going to stay over at somebody's house for a weekend or something, it's good if they're crate trained because it makes the whole process easier for all the people involved and the puppy. And, if you have, for example, your kitchen remodeled, or if you have a plumber come in, or if you're having windows replaced, or if you're having something done at your house, it's really nice to have a crate that your dog is comfortable in, because you can put him in the crate and not only is he out of the way, but he's not going to get hurt by anything going on, and he's not going to be as scared because he's safe in his crate. Okay, so I hope that this has helped you. If you need more help with puppy training, I do suggest trying out Doggy Dan's dog training website. He has the perfect puppy program. It's got everything from potty training to he has a free video series about potty training too that you'll see when you click in there. Chewing, biting, barking, crate training, all of it. So any puppy behavioral issue that you need help with, leash training, all these sorts of things, they're all contained in Doggy Dan's perfect puppy program. I told you I would give you the prices. Doggy Dan gives you a 3-day trial for $1. So for $1 you can go in, you can watch as many of these videos as you want. After the 3 days is done, if you want to continue on and keep watching the dog training videos, it is $37 a month, and you can cancel at any time. And then he gives you a better price per month if you get a 6-month membership or a 1-year membership. If you have a new puppy, I always tell people you might want to go ahead and get the 6-month membership, because if you have a new puppy, you have a lot to do as far as training. You've got to train them, potty train them, you've got to crate train them, you have to teach your puppy to be okay, alone, to be home alone. You've got to do leash training. You've got to, if you have other animals, then that's a whole nother can of worms. You have to get training on how do you have your puppy to be safe with your other animals, and everything that you need is included in that program. So I'd hate to see you go a month at a time and then you end up being in there for 6 months, and you could have saved, quite a bit of money if you got the 6-month plan. But again, you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. Go ahead and click the link I'm giving you for the free crate training tutorial from Doggy Dan. And if you want to check out more videos, go in, and for $1 you can go in there for 3 days, watch as many videos as you want, and then just don't continue, okay? But it is very good dog training. I think you'll find it to be extremely helpful. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you've not been here before, you don't know that I donate to animal charities. I am an affiliate for some, not all, but some of the products and services that I recommend on my website and my YouTube channel. So if you click some of the links in my description box and make a purchase, for some of those items, I'm going to get a small commission, and then I donate 10% of all of the commissions that I earn on my website and my YouTube channel to animal charities. And if you go to the homepage of my website, peoplelovinganimals.com, you will see a list of the charities that I donate to. So again, I hope so much that today's video is helpful. Go ahead and check out the description box. You're going to find everything that we talked about and more in that description box. You can go ahead and look at the puppy training playlist on my YouTube channel. You're going to see a lot more puppy training videos, and definitely go ahead and check out the free training from Doggy Dan. I think that you're going to enjoy it very much. And go ahead and hang out on his website for a little bit. You're going to see there's a lot of really great help there for you. So if this video is helpful, thanks so much for staying to the end. I know it's a long one. I really appreciate it. Please give it a like. Please share it with your friends and family who have a dog or a cat. Please go ahead and sign up for the Dog Lovers email list. I'd love to have you on board as a subscriber. And I want to say a special thank you for everybody who is contributing and supporting People Loving Animals with the links in the description box. So thank you so much. Your support is really appreciated. If you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and drop a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. Again, I hope it helped. Thanks so much. My name is Deborah. My website is peoplelovinganimals.com. Thanks again. Bye-bye.